Good afternoon, everyone. Philip from Blackwell Markets. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have had a good week of trading. The markets have had a lot of good moves in it. Everyone here on the trading floor and here at the office has surely been enjoying the movements in the markets. A lot of news going on as well, so have a look at that. But for now, in this video, I'll just be taking you guys through sort of a recap of the market, what's going on, what we're looking at for next week or potential late Friday night trade, as it is Friday here in New Zealand. I know a lot around the world it is a Thursday, but it is Friday evening here for us, so coming to a close of the market for us and the end of the week. So potentially these patterns will give us potential moves or potential sort of entry points for next week, for next week's trading session. So I'll take you guys through it. Got a couple to go through, so not a lot, but very nice patterns that have showed up. So we'll dive straight into it. We've got the Aussie CAD here. This is the 4-hourly bar chart. You can see it has sort of, we had this previous low. You can see it will take you on the daily. You can see we do have a big downtrend. So good potential bias to the downside. You can see we've had here a break of this high. I'll just draw it with this, just with a square here. You can see we had sort of a gap to the low, and then we had this sort of I would say a dragonfly doji forming, and then a nice strong bearish candle breaking through that low, continuing down. It looks like we now have a retest of that area, as you can see, not exactly on the top of it, but if you look on the daily, you can see it does look a bit better, using that, forming those wicks as well. So you can see there is the base of the candle right over there, and you can see it is coming close. So it is looking quite nice for a potential bounce and continuation in the downtrend, keeping in mind in the long term we are on a strong support area at the moment. It has broken through it with a previous candle last week. You can see this week it has sort of retraced back in through to this area of resistance and support. So again, the pattern we're looking for is on the 4-hourly time frame or the daily time frame, whichever you prefer. The next one we'll be looking at is the pound Canadian dollar. So we've had this is a 4-hourly chart again. You can see we have had this multiple top, which offered us actually a great trade to the downside a week ago or so, and you can see it has just very strong move to the downside, and then it has started retracing. Almost looks like we can see a bit of Elliott wave in here. We've got waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So potential retracement, but again we have this very strong resistance that has now looks like it has offered support. So depending on Elliott wave, or if you're going to follow your pattern, look for either moves to retrace back down or using this as a potential move to the upside. This again the 4-hourly chart on the pound. On the pound Canadian dollar, you can see we do have a big strong downtrend. We can also see here that it has broken through the trend line as well. So you can see this was also that sort of resistance area that gave us that big nice move to the downside. So you can see it has broken through it, like I said, with a very strong bullish candle. So you know, we've got some good indications there as well. And then moving on to our pound yen. We're focusing on a lot of pound currencies. They are moving quite nicely recently, and also our Canadian dollar. So here you can see as a 4-hourly chart again on the pound yen. You can see it is a sort of formed a triangle. I've already drawn it in for you. Sort of consolidating between these two converging lines. So we will just look for a break to that on the bigger time frame, daily, maybe the weekly as well. You can see it has sort of just been on a sideways consolidation on the weekly, and on the daily you can see it as again not a lot of movement in one direction. The market is still trying to find its bearing after this big downtrend. So this could potentially be a correction. As you can see, we have sort of got the pendant forming here, and it has broken out of it. So this could have been a correction. Obviously, if you were a long-term trader, this would be if you're looking to hold your positions long-term, this could be a potential good sign for you. If you are looking for potential moves to the downside, or if you are a short-term trader, we would look for this move, keeping in mind that we have this sort of a very strong resistance area, and then also offering previous resistance in the past as well. You can see over here. So depending on where it breaks, we do have moves either to the up or to the downside. If we are looking to go down, keep these support areas in mind, and then obviously after those we have got this low over here that can offer a nice double bottom if it does come to it. Or we could look for potential head and shoulders as well, offering our left shoulder coming to the neckline, back to the head, and then back to the neckline again where we are now, and then potentially making a right shoulder, giving us a nice move to the top side. So that's all the options for that one. So I got a few good options for the pound yen. So keep that one in mind for next week and the weeks coming, as this is on the daily time frame and the 4-hourly time frame. So we can have a maybe a month's worth of good trading coming out of the pound yen. Also, and then moving on to the pound Kiwi dollar. Where is it? So here we've got, you can see it has sort of formed it looks like a consolidation here. Just remove everything for you, getting rid of all these. And if we do draw our channels over here, you can see it has sort of formed it is moving inside of this sort of an uptrending channel. So consolidating in that at the moment. So looking for a potential break, keeping in mind that we do have a big uptrend. Again, here we can see some potential Elliott wave moves coming up for waves 1, wave 2, wave 3, and wave 4 looking like a flat correction. So this does look like a potential, it looks like a regular flat. Maybe that over there can offer us an irregular flat as well. But you can see here that we have our 3 waves to the top side and our potential 5 waves to the downside as well, with a truncated wave 5. So we'll just see what has happened here. This could still continue down, offering this as waves 1, 2, 3, 4. It has not broken the rule yet, and then coming down for 5, finishing that irregular flat. But for now, we can look for consolidation in between these 2 channels. Like I mentioned, do keep this in mind. If it is a irregular flat and we are looking for a wave 5, it could potentially give us a false breakout. So keep that in mind if you do take a trade to the downside after this break. If it does move up, we will look for a break to the top side, a potential trade to the top side. If it is on the 15-minute chart, you can potentially still trade between these channels as well. So looking for bounces on either one of these lines for more short-term day trading sort of style or strategy. And moving on to the Kiwi Canadian dollar. So this will be our last one for the day. The Kiwi Canadian dollar, as you can see, has actually given us a nice move. It's similar to the Aussie CAD. I'll take you back to that. 4-hourly, you can see here there's the Aussie CAD, and then moving on to the Kiwi CAD. There you go. So you can see it as a very similar, looks very similar, also both on the 4-hourly chart. So here on the Kiwi Canadian dollar, we have had again this bounce on this of this break. Similar again, this is very interesting. So if you guys were looking to maybe trade two sort of currencies in tandem, you can see we've had a gap that moves towards this double bottom, and then a nice big candle that breaks it. Going back to the Kiwi CAD, you can see a big gap to the downside, and then a nice candle that breaks it as well. So now we've got a retest. We have a nice bounce also on the Kiwi CAD that we don't have on the Aussie CAD, is a very nice Fibonacci retracement as well, on pretty much spot on the 50%. So this is a very good level. If it does break up, we can look for a good move to the top side as well. But this is very nice. It's a very good spot to be in right now. So it does look very good. Also, again, keeping in mind the very big downtrend on the daily, again looking very similar to the daily downtrend for the Aussie CAD as well. So these two are running very nicely. They run very nice in tandem. Just keep this in mind, guys. That is a very big lesson for me when I was a young trader as well. Try, when you do take 2 trades or 2 sort of currencies that do run in tandem, keep that in mind. If you are taking 2 trades and both of these at the same time, you are essentially risking double as much as you were originally, because these 2 run in tandem. If one hits your stop loss, chances are the other one's going to hit your stop loss as well. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you keep your risk under control. Don't risk everything in one trade. As you know, common saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But yeah, that's just a bit of a warning for you guys, and also keeping in mind Fridays markets tend to be very volatile. Spreads tend to widen around on Fridays as well. So just be careful with that. Make sure you have got a good risk management strategy in place when you do take these trades, especially on these occasions. Alright guys, but that is it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, do give us that thumbs up, click that subscribe button. and also then click the bell icon to get new notifications of whenever we release awesome new videos. If you guys want to get in contact with us, please do so. Click, our link will be, or details will be provided down below in the description of the video, or you guys can go online at blackbullmarkets.com, click on the little green button at the top that says live chat, and we'll be there waiting for you. If you guys prefer to contact us via email, please do so at support@blackbullmarkets.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Alright everyone, thanks very much for watching. From everyone here at Black Bull Markets, safe trading. Enjoy your weekend.